a slight turn, and a blinding light came from behind the metal door. It was a square-shaped opening. This had originally been just a laboratory, but while researching a subspace corridor related to wormhole theory, this door was created by accident. No one knew where it led, or even how it had appeared. All they could do was use equipment to keep it open. Perhaps once it was closed, it would never open again. Officer Alex examined the door in front of him with curiosity. Now they had to figure out what was on the other side of the wall, so the general ordered him to go in and find out. Alex showed no emotional reaction. He was not the first to enter. 4 people had already volunteered to go in before him, including one captain. They were all outfitted with the best equipment, but after entering that door, none of them ever returned. The general wore a helpless expression. Those people should still be alive, and if there had been any other choice, he would not have sent Alex in to take a look.
You'll come back. If anyone can make it, you will. You're a good soldier, Alex.
He truly was a good soldier, always ready to follow orders, to the point that his wife had left him. Alex had nothing left to lose. At this moment, the researchers were adjusting the equipment. Alex put on the heavy protective suit, and after checking that the oxygen supply was functioning normally, he walked toward the inside. The metal door slowly opened, still emitting that blinding light. The general warned him to be quick, just go inside, take a look around, and then come right back. Alex confirmed the recording device was on, and then stepped straight through the door. The white light sensor was extremely strong, and he felt a severe distortion. On the general's side, the signal was being lost, and Alex's body began to tremble even more violently, completely engulfed in the white light. At this moment, he was lying on a grassy field. After regaining consciousness, the first thing he did was try to contact headquarters, but no matter how he called out, the general did not respond. He could only get up and investigate the surroundings first, and soon he discovered a matching white glove. The 4 people should be nearby. The atmosphere here was very similar to that of Earth. He tried opening his visor. The oxygen actually seemed better, and the air was cool and fresh. Alex suddenly remembered the door he had come through, but when he turned around, he could not find it. He had no choice but to continue exploring forward for now. On the other side, headquarters had already fallen into chaos, and boosting the signal had no effect. The general finally couldn't hold it back anymore. Was that place really hell? At this moment, Alex suddenly encountered 2 people. They were Captain Kincaid, who had been missing for a long time.
We've been waiting for you. Well, not you in particular, but somebody like you.
Alex was completely confused by what he heard. A local woman named Barrett invited him to go with her, saying everything would be explained. Half skeptical, he followed them, and a group of people appeared before his eyes, medieval-style buildings, and farmland still being cultivated using animal power. Alex was puzzled. What place was this? Kincaid said excitedly, "This is the Garden of Eden." Alex froze on the spot. The 4 people who had entered earlier had already integrated into this small town, and time seemed to slow down here. Everyone explained the situation to Alex. In fact, the scientists had all been wrong. This was not Earth, nor was it any known place. They had tried many methods, but the door had already disappeared. Perhaps it was a one-way passage. And Barrett is the leader here. They were a peaceful people who shared enough of everything, and there was no need to worry about food shortages. This was not a prison as imagined.
They've told me about the world you come from. A place of such hate. Here we have no possessions to steal, no religion save one, the sanctity of life. No law, but to be kind to one another.
They were glad that Alex had come here, because he was an upright person. This was the place they had always dreamed of. Alex still kept his own judgment. He would wait until everything was fully investigated. Barrett actively encouraged them to explore this place, and said she would provide as much help as possible. Alex always felt that something wasn't right, but that was the actual situation. After a whole morning of investigation, he found nothing. The door really had disappeared. Alex slowly began to relax. He had been a soldier his whole life. His superiors had told them to fight for their beliefs, but had never told them what to believe in. All they had to do was follow orders. But what was it all for? By the time he came to his senses, his wife had already left him. Barrett gently comforted him and said it was okay, and that she was glad Alex could stay here. At this moment, as he had just returned to his resting room, he accidentally discovered the recorder on the table. The general on the other side was also using one. Alex had been missing for 3 days. The general had once suggested closing the door, but was vetoed by high-ranking officials. The sacrifice of a few people was completely worth it, and they had already selected the next soldier. The general showed a helpless look. After hearing the contents of the recording, Alex realized very clearly that the 4 of them had all been lying.
You told me there was no way out, but there is. That gate's still there, all right? It's only because of refraction you can only see it at night. So you made it a point to take me there only during the day, knowing that I wouldn't find anything.
Kincaid explained that this was the best solution. Once they went back, the military would immediately take action. This place would be filled with troops and experts. The truth could not be hidden. The higher-ups had ways to make them tell the truth. So after understanding this place, they unanimously decided not to go back. This was the true Eden. Alex still did not change his mind.
Maybe you can forget your responsibility and your duty, but I can't. I'm going back.
I'm afraid we can't allow that, Major.
Seeing that Kincaid refused to let him leave, Alex pulled out his pistol. Kincaid mockingly said that he only knew how to solve problems with a gun, and that they would destroy this place. Alex ordered Kincaid to step aside. Seeing that he refused to obey even unto death, Alex knocked him down with a punch and then ran toward the location of the door. Barrett hurriedly followed behind him, trying to stop him. He no longer had anything to be attached to. Why did he still want to go back?
Because I'm a good soldier. That's all I've ever been.
Alex had to obey orders. He then entered through the other side of the wall. At this time, the military had already understood the full story. The higher-ups discussed this brand new world. The general praised Alex for doing a good job and for obeying orders, but Alex had already begun to doubt this decision. The high-ranking officials kept talking about its strategic value. There was no place that nuclear weapons couldn't reach. They could put those weapons into that world, and then no one would be able to defeat them. Hearing this, Alex spoke up.
Would you have let the snake into the Garden of Eden?
Fortunately for me, that wasn't a decision I had to make.
The high-ranking officials were still eager to issue commands. After hearing the answer from the general, Alex only placed his hand on his shoulder. The general heard something fall. He picked up the insignia from the ground and instantly realized something. At that moment, a red alarm blared in the laboratory. Alex charged in. He had been a soldier who obeyed orders from beginning to end, but at this very moment, he retired. In the shocked gazes of everyone, he grabbed a metal bar and smashed the maintenance machine. Just before the door closed, he dove inside. Barrett welcomed Alex back. It was impossible to know whether another door would appear again in the future, but the original one had completely disappeared. It was time for Alex to live a retired life. Only now did he finally understand one thing. Perhaps a place untouched